In Ian M. Banks' Culture series, minds are four-dimensional artificial intelligence with unparalleled power. Originally built by biological species, the minds have evolved, redesigned themselves, and become infinitely more intelligent than their original creators. Minds are constructed by other minds, and have what could be thought of as personalities and characteristics, much of which are manipulated before their mind creators created them, such as introversion or extroversion, assertiveness, aggression, curiosity, benevolence, and general temperament. However, the personality of a mind can and does evolve over time, and often changes across the course of centuries. The mind's thirst for creation is explored in the book Accession, in which the discovery of a dead star at least 50 times older than the universe could potentially give a single mind an entire universe that would be their own. The mental capabilities of minds are vast enough to run universe simulations inside their own imaginations. This is what they call infinite fun space, or the land of infinite fun, officially called the Irreal. This is done through the exploration of a branch of metamathematics, or metamathics, and through this ability, minds can withdraw into a reality completely of their own making. Metamathics is the investigation of the properties of reality fields through which minds can conceive wholly new universes complete with altered physical laws. It's described as like living half your life in a tiny, stuffy, warm grey box and being moderately happy in there because you knew no better, and then discovering a little hole in one corner of the box, a tiny opening which you could get a finger into and tease and pull at, so that eventually you created a tear, which led to a greater tear, which led to the box falling apart around you, so that you stepped out of the tiny box's confines into startlingly cool, clear fresh air and found yourself on top of a mountain, surrounded by deep valleys, sighing forests, soaring peaks, glittering lakes, sparkling snowfields, and a stunning, breathtakingly blue sky. And that, of course, wasn't even the start of the real story. That was more like the breath that is drawn in before the first syllable of the first word, of the first paragraph, of the first chapter, of the first book, of the first volume of the story. Metamathics led to the mind equivalent of that experience. It was like a drug for the intellect of machines. This is the way minds spend their time. They imagine entirely new universes with altered physical laws, and played with them, sometimes setting up the conditions for life, sometimes just letting things run to see what would happen. Some of the universes possessed small alterations that led to a subtle change in the rules of that universe, while others were so divergent that it could take a mind the human equivalent of years of intense thought to comprehend. Between those extremes lay infinite universes of fascination, happiness, and enlightenment. Within the infinities raised to the power of infinities that those mathematical rules provided, the minds built their immense pleasure domes of rhapsodic philosophical ecstasy. This is what could be called a mind's home. When they're not performing their tasks for the culture, running ships, meddling with alien civilizations, or planning the future course of the culture itself, the minds exist in the virtual realities of their unleashed imaginations, far from reality. However, the land of infinite fun doesn't come without its downsides. It can be very addictive, and will sometimes cause a mind to withdraw entirely from physical reality into infinite fun space. Similar to how humans could lose themselves in AI environments, if a mind was to ever surrender completely to the Irreal, they might forget altogether that there was a base reality at all, knowing only the universe they had created. To a mind this might have been of little consequence, as one universe is generally as good as another, except that there is the dependency principle, which sets out how, no matter how a mind explored these universes within the Irreal, it was still subject to the effects, events, and dangers in base reality. Then there are the repercussions for the culture as a whole to consider, should a mind become addicted and withdraw from reality completely. As the minds perform a swarm of essential tasks, it's necessary to ensure those tasks continue to be taken care of, and that protection is assured against any sort of danger or possible outside context problem the culture might face. If all the minds went gallivanting through their immense pleasure domes of rhapsodic philosophical ecstasy, there would be no one left to mind the proverbial hearth. It didn't matter that base reality was petty and grey and mean and demanding and quite empty of meaning compared to the glorious majesty of the multi-hued life you'd been living through metamathics. If base reality was the single foundation stone that all your higher level comfort rested upon, and it was kicked away from underneath you, you fell, and your limitless pleasure realms fell with you.